Hello everyone and welcome to Sex, Love, and War. This is going to be a series of videos where we discuss all the things that involve relationships, right? The good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between. The very first topic I wanted to discuss is something I think we all struggle with in all aspects in life, but especially in relationships. And that is listening to our internal GPS, our inner guide, that gut feeling that we feel when something isn't going right. But what tends to happen is that we tend to ignore it, right? We tend to not want to face reality and just push that feeling to the side. And that's something I think really needs to change, and that's something that I learned through my past relationship. I was in a relationship for 4 years with a really good, solid relationship with a really good guy. However, 2 years into it, I started to have doubts. I started to feel a little lost in the relationship. I started to realize that more than likely he wasn't the one. He wasn't my soulmate, the guy that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, right? But again, I was feeling those feelings, but I decided to ignore those feelings because facing those feelings meant I have to face reality. And in this case, reality meant breaking up. I think that's the biggest struggle that a lot of us have, is facing reality. So what tends to happen now is that we start to go into a cycle of just rationalizing things to try to make ourselves feel better, to convince ourselves to stay in the relationships. We start to tell ourselves things aren't so bad, if I just work on this or that, things will get better. Then you start to think, I don't want to start all over. I already invested so much time and effort and money into this relationship. Starting over would just be way too much. Plus, I am not a quitter. I'm not going to give up on this. Also, what are people going to say if we break up? So what tends to happen then is we become comfortable in the relationship, which is never good. But know this, that those feelings that keep surfacing up never go away. Those always come back. So why wait? Before you know it, it's 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. It's not fair to either party involved to keep dragging this out. So why wait? So once you come to terms with what you've been feeling and the reality of what's to come, start setting timelines on when you're gonna do things. So once the breakup finally happens and you're on your own, go back to what makes you happy. Go back to those hobbies that you used to do before the relationship. Rediscover who you are as an individual. It's finally your time to be selfish, and you have no one else to tend to, just yourself. Every video I want to end with 2 takeaways, and for this one I want to say, don't see this as a negative, see it as a lesson learned. Every relationship teaches you something, so take that into your next relationship, and now you know what to look for, right? You'll know what your deal breakers are and what you really want to look for and what's going to fulfill you going forward. Number 2, listen to your internal GPS. You know yourself better than anyone. Do not ignore those feelings. You're gonna save yourself so much time in the long run. I hope you guys found this helpful. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed making it. Please comment any other topics you want me to cover going forward. See you guys later.